as big as a one-car garage. All of our units are inside and climate-controlled with 24-hour access and security. Our leases run month to month, so you're not locked into a long-term commitment, giving you the flexibility to move your belongings out the minute you purchase your new home. Stop by today or give us a call, 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jesup Premium Storage.
The cool, clean, and secure.
This is Sammy Dixon at the all-new Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear. If you haven't had a chance to come see our new state-of-the-art showroom, then there's no better time than right now. While you're here, take advantage of huge savings on new Ford trucks. Get more than $10,000 off on select new F-150s while they last. You must hurry. They're going fast. Over $10,000 off on the best-selling truck in America for 39 straight years. You can also take advantage of money-saving low interest rates on new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Our new bigger showroom means more inventory, and that means bigger savings for you. Come to the house at Good Serviceville and buy from Mike Butch Ford, and we'll give you 5 free oil changes following 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty.
If you're looking for an incredible deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle from the dealer who has always put you first, stop and search. Call the all-new Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear.
This is Sammy Dixon saying thank you. Thank you very much for your business.
2 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 in your FM dial. Tuesday morning, 3rd day of May. Butch Hubbard here with you. Early on this Tuesday morning, weather forecast, variable cloudiness today, becoming more cloudy as the day goes along. High today near 86, 60% chance of afternoon showers. The Omaha Blue levels at 8.1 feet and barely falling. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Jesup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, by Parker Insurance and Realty on Macon Street in downtown Jesup, and Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear. And Bob, it's time to have a drawing.
Yes, we are. And Micah Kickletter, DDA director, is in the studios with us. Micah, tell us what this drawing is all about.
Okay. So, everybody, I think, we've been through this now. This is, I think, our 3rd time. We do buy local cards. So just to promote our local businesses downtown, spend some money downtown. So what we do as DDA is we put out these cards, and each business sets a minimum amount that's required to be spent in their business. And if you spend that amount, you are entered in to win 10 times that minimum amount. And the maximum that we pay out is $500. So it's something that DDA does for our businesses. The businesses aren't losing anything from it. If anything, they're gaining, those customers, trying to win some money. So Bob just drew our winner. And so our lucky winner, yeah, we have a
big
huge
old
box
filled with.
We had very high.
Can you hold it up to the camera there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, there it is right there. I think it was just packed, and Bob reached down inside of it and reached all around and turned it all around and pulled the name out here. And the name is Micah.
Our winner is Cindy Martin, and she has won a $500 gift certificate to Crawford's Jewelry.
All
so
right.
Congratulations, Mr. Crawford.
All right, lady.
You're a winner too.
Yeah, sir. $500 gift certificate from Crawford Jewelers.
So she'll just win $500 gift certificate, and we just write him a check. So win-win for both.
Okay, sounds good. And her name once again is Cindy Martin.
Cindy Martin.
For Jesup.
So what is she?
I'm not sure.
Just her name on there. Her number.
So I'll call the number that was left on this card.
Okay.
Or Mr. Crawford could probably get a hold of her as well.
Okay.
But so we'll be in contact.
Okay. When will the next time y'all do this?
We'll do it again at Archfest.
At Archfest in October. Okay.
So that's coming October 22nd. Go ahead and mark it on your calendar.
October 22nd, Archfest.
Yes.
Okay.
So we started
Micah's
planning
baby.
for that yesterday.
Okay.
So it's going to be good. It's going to be a fun time.
All right. Congratulations, Cindy Martin. She wins in the Shop Downtown Jesup promotion and wins a $500 gift certificate from Crawford's Jewelers. So congratulations to Cindy Martin. All right. We got a bunch of liars, supposedly, out there in the green room. They are the head.
I was curious. We have it on the board who's on the show, and it said Liars Club. When you walked in, I said, "You're not part of the Liars Club."
Well, they invited me.
They invited me.
You're not a member.
Yeah, I feel like it. Maybe. I don't know. I may be speaking for them. They invited me to their birthday, when they celebrate birthdays. So
okay.
And they wrote my birthday down.
Oh,
so I feel like now I'm a part of it.
All right. We got the top folks there from the Liars Club in the green room, getting ready to come on the air and give us words of wisdom in just a few moments. They solve world problems down there every single morning, and we're going to find out what's on their mind today. And a little bit about their club, too, when it started and who all's in it. All right? They're up next. Micah, you have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, more of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a minute.
find it. Can you find it? Coming soon. The Velocity Health and Fitness Big Dog Country Cash Can. One specially marked tan is hidden in Wayne County, Georgia. If it is retrieved, it will be worth $1,055 from Velocity Health and Fitness and WIFO Big Dog Country. One clue describing the cash can location will be given every Monday through Friday during the contest. The daily clue will be read on the air at 7:10 a.m., 12:50 p.m., 3:03 p.m., and 5:50 p.m. Each Friday at 5 p.m. or shortly thereafter, the current week's clues will be posted online at VelocityJesup.com and BigDogCountry.com. No purchase necessary. You must be 18 to claim the prize. Complete rules at VelocityJesup.com and BigDogCountry.com. The Velocity Health and Fitness Big Dog Country Cash Can. Coming soon.
Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM in Jesup, 7 minutes after 8 o'clock. We got the Liars Club here that meets every single morning down there at Jones Drug. Now on Broad Street across from the Chamber of Commerce. They're in here this morning. It's an illustrious club here in Jesup and Wayne County. It's been meeting for many years over coffee in mid-mornings as they sit down there and tell stories and talk about the old days and solve world problems and things of that sort. And we've got them all in here this morning. Now, remember, guys, when you talk, you've got to move the mic this close, okay? So do we have the illustrious leader there? There he's bringing it to his in front of him right now. And if you want to see members of the Liars Club, just go to our website at BigDogCountry.com, BigDogCountry.com. Click on Butch and Bob Show. Click on the live feed, and you'll see what's going on right now on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. And, Bob, go ahead and introduce our guest this morning.
I'll let James Brown.
James Brown.
And I'm Freeman Bacon.
Freeman Bacon. Okay.
Glenn Jackson.
All right.
David Perry.
Don Miller.
All right. There they are. Okay, Freeman, what's up this morning?
Well, I brought a crowd down here with me this morning for us to discuss just what the Liars Club is and what we do and the contribution we make to the community.
Well, we know that every single politician that's running for office always has got to swing by the Liars Club in the mornings. Is that right?
Well, that's correct. And really, they come back to us to get pumped up with the wisdom that we have to offer them so that they can run well in Wayne County.
Well, you add up all the years of experience that y'all have down there at Liars Club, but we're talking about 3 or 4 centuries, aren't we?
We can't beat it. we have about 35 or 40 regular members, and you can come by most any morning, and there'll be from 6 to 15 of us in there ready to spin a tale with you and listen to yours, providing you're an honorable person and all that good stuff. It don't matter if you tell a few lies or if you get a little strung out on your stories. Most of us will listen you through.
Okay. Now tell us a little bit about the history of the Liars Club.
Well, we were discussing that just before we came in here, and I think this group was originated about 1959 in Elwood Nichols's drugstore. And at that time, it was just a coffee club that everybody kind of dropped by and would just have a social cup of coffee in the morning and spin a yarn or two and on their way. And as the years evolved, about 1984 or a little later, it was officially named the Liars Club. And the way that came about, we were discussing what we should name this group of people. And it came up that maybe we should name it the News Club. That is, we take in information and then we measure it around like we wanted and let it come out with the news. But we had a very close to our organization man named Reverend Julian Tucker. And each and every one of him loved him a lot. And he said, boys, why are you beating around the bush? Let's name it what it is. Well, we all looked at him kind of wide-eyed and said, well, preacher, what do you mean? He said, name it the Liars Club. Hence, the Liars Club was born forever.
Okay, back in the mid-'80s, Julian Tucker came up with the name. Okay, well, good. Well, good. The Liars Club, y'all been there town and country for all the years, and then Jones purchased the pharmacy and named it Jones Drugs, and then now you're over to a new location. You like where you are now?
Oh, yes, we like where we are now. Don't forget that Ralph Covington and Gail, who owned the drugstore before the Joneses, made a major contribution to the evolvement of this club.
Oh, they did. Okay. All right. Well, let's just kind of go around the table here and let's talk about who you are and how you got involved in the Liars Club and what you enjoy about it. Just introduce yourself when you go in there.
I'm James Brown, and I'll kick it off. I originally was getting my medications from Ralph and Gail, and so every time I go in, there'd be a whole table full of people that I knew, and they looked like they was having a pretty good time. So I stopped to have a cup of coffee, and next thing I know, I joined. You know, so I try to give out as many lies as I take in. So that's all I can tell you right now.
Do you have to be voted in, or how do you become a member?
You tell at least 3 lies a week to get started. Then after that, you're a lifetime member.
All right, let's go around. Glenn,
I
go
might
ahead.
add that James Brown, as you know, is the co-owner of Jones's Kitchen. And I carefully say co-owner because Carol does all the work, and I think James does all the tasting.
All right, Glenn, go ahead.
Glenn Jackson, and I come involved, make several trips inside the drugstore within my job, you know, talking to people. And, of course, I work with the Jesup Police Department and retired from there. But most of the gentlemen I knew all my life, you know, just being in public work. And so you got close to retirement time. A few of them, James Brown, one of them, and Mr. Miller, asked about having a cup of coffee. I said, well, I can't now because I'm working. I don't want nobody to say anything about it. So I said, ask about when I retired if I could join in. So they said, yeah. So the first day I was retired, I was down there with them. Been there.
Well, good. All right.
Let me interject on that for a minute. When Glenn, we'd offer him a cup of coffee, sit down. We couldn't never get him to stop because we didn't have no donuts.
No donuts. Yeah. So that's the reason why you don't see a whole bunch of police down there is you don't have any donuts down there. Oh, well. All right, introduce yourself. Go ahead.
I'm David Perry, and I moved to Jesup in 1997. I worked for the Georgia Department of Agriculture, and actually went into Ralph's store down there, and I was checking the store out to see if I needed to license him, and a bunch of men were sitting around the table talking and seemed like having a good time, and I knew some of them, and I went in and like I say, checked the store out and didn't really need to license it, but I just kept coming back, and I'd go in the afternoon and have a cup of coffee after I got off work, and just turned into a habit. They are an extremely well-versed bunch of men and real easy to get to know.
Okay.
And I'm sure glad to be a member.
Glad to be a member, huh? All right. On to our next fine panelist here.
I'm Don Miller. I've been a member of Liars Club since 1961. I started to work at S&R Men's Shop, and so I'd go across the street every day, 10 or 10:30, and get a cup of coffee. Sometimes I'd even go back in the afternoon, and again, and so there was men sitting around. We just enjoy ourselves. But like I say, I run S&R Men's Shop for 50 years, or was there for 50 years, and all that time, I've been a member of the Liars Club. And I'm probably one of the oldest members there, not oldest in age, but oldest as far as attending the club. And we have really had a good time. It's just a group of men that love to sit around and talk and have politicians that come by and have birthday parties and just whatever we might want to do. But anybody can join as long as they can tell a lie.
As long as they can tell a
lie. As long
lie.
as they're almost retired. Now, I think Brown's not quite retired yet, but he's thinking about it. Carol thinks he is retired, but we just have a good time. It's a great club, and like Freeman said, we have a good group of men that you'll see from 6 to 12 to 15. It's according to what time of the day it is and who's got something else to do, a doctor's appointment or whatever. And so we go when we can and leave when we want to.
Now, I mean, is the highest attendance about mid-morning, around 11 or something like that?
Probably between 10:30 and 11.
10:30, 11. Do y'all meet? I mean, does folks come in the afternoons too, or is it just mainly mornings at about
No,
noon?
but it did when it was over. I can remember over across the street at the Town and Country Pharmacy. Mm-hmm. But I don't know of anybody that goes. I don't go back in the afternoons.
Yeah, I think it's mainly just mornings up to around noon or so.
Just morning. I think you can tell enough lies then that you don't have to go back this afternoon and hear anybody else say anything. So.
Well, can you tell us about your host down there at Jones Drug? I mean, they've had to put up with y'all for all these years.
Misty is a great gal. And, of course, Ralph was the same way. And they've invited us and fixed a place for us to meet in the front of the drugstore. I mean, just took part of their store and had us a place to meet. So that's the greatest thing of all is they of course we used to meet in the back.
I know when Ralph had it, you met in the back. Misty
but the reason we left the back is we were so noisy till Ralph couldn't wait on his customers because of listening to us. So they moved us up the front.
Yeah, y'all become a showplace up there in the window. Y'all became a window dressing up there.
The reason they moved us was because we were so loud.
Just so loud.
They couldn't fix the pharmacy couldn't work.
Just could not.
They could not take time to listen to us and to fill the prescriptions. So they moved us up front, which Misty did that, which was great, and got us out of the way. And we're still a little noisy every once in a while to call us down, but we pretty well keep it toned down.
Okay. All right. The other guy.
Don came to us because he thought the club needed improving.
Oh, he did?
He did. So he came and announced right away that he was the best and most handsome man coming to that club.
Oh, good.
And the real
correct, Freeman.
The real facts of the matter is that he run the S&R shop and he did a great job and he knew everybody. So we decided to take him right on in. And you're talking about the Liars Club and the purpose. We support the members that come down there when they get sick or have a problem or what have you. They never lack for a ride to go where they need to go or to get treatment or to be brought up there or anything. We are certainly a caring group of people that support our members and really anybody else that really needs the help. We made a trip after Julian and Dean Tucker moved from here to Americas. We chartered us a bus, and about 15 of us got on that bus and went to Americas, had lunch with Reverend Tucker and Dean, and just came back, and we all enjoyed that trip. And, it's just a great group of people that support each other and encourages one another. And we're down there to have a little fellowship and just to keep paddling down the road of life.
Well, it sounded like y'all started off when y'all were young. When did it turn into you got to be retired or almost retired to be able to be a member of it? Because it sounded like y'all really young when y'all first all started.
Well, we did, but then we didn't really learn how to participate in such a club until we gained a lot of experience of telling our tales.
Oh,
and down there now, people listen to each other's tale, whether they believe them or not. It's immaterial. You get to tell them.
You get to tell them. Okay.
Most of the time we'll have 3 or 4 different conversations going on at one time. There'll be 2 over there and 2 here and 3 over here talking. And nobody ever knows what they're talking about. So it's just that one little group where they just everybody.
All kinds of conversations.
Yeah, all kinds of conversation. But I would like to say that again that Misty is really taking us in after she bought the store from Ralph. But Ralph and Misty both, they were great people for us to associate with.
And I'll just amen that because really most anything we need, Misty will do her dead level best to help us. And also the staff down at Jones's Drug care for us like we belong to them. If we have a problem, they're concerned about it. And, I could name each and every one of them, but I won't name them because I'm afraid I'll leave somebody out. But they are real, real good ladies. We love them. And I don't want to leave Alan out. Alan's one of them too, although he's not a lady. He enjoys looking after us also.
Do y'all have any favorite tales from the years that kind of stick out? Okay, go ahead.
One of my first experiences being with the Liars Club was one morning one of our members got to talking about how many fish him and another guy caught in a span of 2.5, 3 hours. And Freeman, you were the one that called his hand on that because it was just too big of a lie. And I got real interested in that because that was funny. But according to I'm not going to name no names because we love everybody down there. But he was talking about how they just caught 300 and something fish in a span of 2.5 hours and whatnot. And you figured it up time wise. That was every 30 seconds they was throwing the pole out and pulling one in and reloading.
Well, I shouldn't have been unkind to him and told him how fast he was catching fish. because, of course, he couldn't get his line back in the water that day. And really, I like stories that has a point to them like his is. But, I look at the Liars Club kind of like the illustration of the lady that always churned butter before she went to bed each night. And so she was sitting down talking to her husband and the people, and she was going to churn her butter. And she happened to open the lid of the butter churn, and there was 2 little frogs swimming around in her cream. So she was tired. She said, I'm not going to mess with these frogs tonight. I'll just put the lid back on them. I'll come see about them in the morning. So she closed the lid, and right away the 2 little frogs started talking. And one frog said, I'm tired already. I can't swim around here all night. I'm just going to quit swimming and go to the bottom. The other one said, not me. I'm going to just keep on kicking. So the next morning when the lady came in and sat down to churn her butter, she opened the churn, and what did she see? She saw one little frog sitting on a curd of butter. So the moral to that story, no matter what your situation is, just keep kicking. And that's what we try to do.
That's what y'all keep doing, the Liars Club, just keep kicking, huh?
But another thing that we do is have a birthday party each month. Glenn Jackson has his book out, and we have a birthday party for everybody at one time during that month.
Okay.
And so somebody brings a cake and different trimmings and all like that. And that's one of the things that we enjoy doing. But like Freeman says, if anybody gets sick or a funeral, we attend all the funerals if any of our members pass away. But we just look after each other.
Do you have a way of communicating with each other in any type of way?
Email.
Email? Okay. I don't know if y'all had like an official email list in case you need to get the word out.
Well, we do have unofficial officers of the club, and I might have been the one to name them, but Billy Clanton is our chairman of the board.
Oh, yes, Billy is.
He sits at the end of the table, so we just gave him the title.
You sit in the chairman's table, you get named the chairman.
Glenn Jackson is our, since he was fresh meat, he became our secretary.
Fresh meat,
Freeman is our project engineer.
Project engineer,
I mean, our coordinator. You can say coordinator.
Coordinator.
When we come up with an idea or something other, Freeman's got a good suggestion on how to get it done.
Oh, okay.
And then it evolves from there. Now, my unofficial title is that I'm the spoon man.
You're the spoon man.
I stir things as hard as I can.
You keep things stirred up, huh?
I might say James does a good job of stirring everything.
Okay. Well, good, somebody's got to do it. He loves the job, huh?
But I have to tell you, where I gained my experience becoming a Liars Club was when I worked at Rainier. I interfaced with a lot of Wayne County people, and I got to know them very well, and they were my very good friends and are today. And in interfacing with them, they taught me how to really tell the good yarns and to just love everybody. A good group of people that I really gained a lot from.
Okay.
By the way, I want to extend an invitation to both Bob and Butch. Y'all come on down and tell us a lie. I know y'all know some.
Oh, yeah. We can tell lies all the time. I do make a visit there maybe once every couple of months when I get a chance to stop by and just say howdy to you guys.
We've had a lot of very famous people that used to be members of our Liars Club, and I won't try to name them all, but I will remark that Glenn Thomas, who is the Attorney General for this district for a long time, he was one of our #1 liars in our club, and certainly we were saddened by his violent demise, but we pick up and keep going and just try to keep on loving everybody.
So y'all let professional liars in there? Y'all let attorneys in there?
Well, we're pretty picky, but since he was the Attorney General and what have you, we decided his influence would outweigh the constant lies that came out of it.
But I know y'all have a great time down there because I go to Jones Road to get my prescriptions filled, and every so often I'll go there and just sit with you guys once in a while, and y'all just all have a blast down there. I mean, just a really good time. And of course, my dad is a member of it, and I just know that the concern and the care that y'all have for each other is y'all a very tight-knit group. always concerned about each other, looking out for each other. Putting all the humor aside, y'all very, very caring group.
Well, I'd like to say, you mentioned you get your prescriptions there. I've been trading with this drugstore since before Ralph Covington, and I will promise you that Misty and her crew down there hasn't missed a beat. They provide excellent service, no matter what kind of medication you need, or as far as anything you need. If you put it and ask that group to help you, you can consider you're going to get it done, whether you like it or not.
Okay.
I'm just curious. It is political season. We've had a few politicians in here. They said they stopped by the Liars Club. I'm curious, is the Liars Club partisan? Y'all have a preference? And who else been down to see the Liars Club during this campaign?
Well, Bob, I think that we all have a preference, but there again, we don't get up and lecture for one specific talk. We may talk about it in our inner circle, but we don't get out and support any one particular person in our club atmosphere. Now, as you can see, the golf cart that I ride all the time, I support Francis Yergin for the clerk of the court. And if you see my golf cart, it's fixed up with all of Francis Yergin's signs and so on. And, I just do that in the community. And I've been a close friend of Francis ever since I've been in this county. And they're just good people. And I like to support folks that I know and what have you.
Okay. Y'all seem to have very, I could say, strong opinions about certain subjects and certain topics when it comes to politics. Not to politics in terms of whether it's supporting this particular cause or this particular cause. Might not be a candidate, but don't y'all have kind of a common theme down there when it comes to certain subjects and topics?
Yes, I would like for each member that's here today to express their feelings about the coal ash.
Freeman, you said we weren't going to talk about that.
Well, I don't know very much about coal ash, but I understand China's using it a bunch in their growing of their agricultural products. And if you look a lot on your grocery shelves, you're going to see a lot of Chinese products. So in industrial food supplies, the big cans of peaches, et cetera, et cetera. So if we're not careful, we're going to get coal ash vegetables anyway, but we need to really hold them to the line as to what is good for the county. Okay. And if coal ash is bad, then it's bad. We don't want it.
Okay. Person in the restaurant business, he knows his food. All right. No, you don't want to talk about it. Glenn?
I want to talk about something else just a second.
Go right ahead.
Bob, we got a big one.
Baseball.
I want to talk about baseball. Congratulations to the Yellow Jackets. If you were not at the ball game Saturday afternoon, you missed a treat.
Yeah, you missed. A lot of people have left early. I wish I had $1 bill.
I still don't know what happened.
I wish I had a $1 bill for everybody.
It was
they
turned
it off at 7:00.
I still didn't know what happened. It just happened so quick.
I saw a bunch of people last night. They said, "Man, we're going out of time. It was 7:00. We turned it off. We can't believe we won." But it was a heck of a comeback. Like I said, but we did have a big one this Wednesday up at Heritage. Some are saying this might be the longest trip that a Wayne County team's ever taken in any sport. I know it's up near there. It's up. I mean, going all the way to the Tennessee border. So kids are leaving today on a charter bus, but we'll have tomorrow at 3:00. It's supposed to be a real good pitching team with a senior pitcher that's dominant, and they got another sophomore who's already committed verbally to the University of Georgia when he gets done his college career. So should be fun. My great thing about this team, though, they never give up. And I said they've done it many times this year, been down by a lot of runs, but to be down by 4 in the bottom of the 7th, to get off the deck and win by the score of 9-8, it was a great win. So I'm sure y'all talking national politics. Where's everybody stand on the national scene, James? I want to hear your thoughts on Donald Trump. Are you one of those people that are on the Donald Trump bandwagon?
Yes, I am. I think he's saying what the majority of Americans across the United States are feeling, seeing, and observing, and we're tired of it. We're tired of Washington politics that don't get anything done. I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent. But unfortunately, the Democratic Party cannot put up a worthwhile opponent or candidate. And so I haven't voted for just a few Democrats in my lifetime since, well, I'd say since Kennedy or shortly after. I voted for Carter. That taught me a lesson right there.
Well, you're talking about politics. As I said before, I guess
It's got to be a hot topic.
well, it is, but you have to recognize what club you're in when we're talking to a politician, because we tell most all of them that come by, we're going to support them. So,
That's the Liars Club.
we don't want them to leave let down. So we want them to leave on a good note. But here, I'm telling you, I won't say everybody that Liars Club, but I know at least two that fully support him. That's James Brown and Freeman. I think Trump has at least shown us that if he gets in there, there will be changes. Now, Obama started off his original campaign nearly 8 years ago by saying he was there for change. Well, we have really got to change, but it was in the wrong direction as far as the people that I know and believe in. So we're looking forward to Trump being president and let him stir things up. And I just hope and pray to the good Lord, and that's no lie, that it comes out well.
Okay.
One addendum here. Since we are the Liars Club and we should respect anybody that can tell a whopper, we hope Hillary never moves to Jesup, Georgia, because she would take the whole Liars Club with her. She could tell one.
Now we're getting some of the singers in the Liars Club right here on the radio.
I said y'all have a lot of memories. You want to mention some of the other people that aren't here today? You mentioned Billy Clinton.
Way too many.
Tons of them.
Well, I would like to say a lot about a lot of them, but there again, I don't have a list before me, and
I got you.
And not hurting anybody's feelings. I don't want to leave anybody out because I love them all. We did mention Billy Clinton. He's not here. I don't know why he's not here. He certainly had an invitation, but Billy provides a lot of leadership for us. And as you know, he's probably out selling bulls this morning. I mean, real bulls, not the real other kind of bull.
I'm going to leave that other part off.
I would like to mention Butch too. There's probably about 20 men, in this group and everything, and a lot of them I look to as a father too. Kind of if I need some fatherly advice, I believe I could go in either one of them, and they can give me some good advice.
Okay, sounds good. Any of you guys got anything to say over there? You're just sitting there being quiet. All right.
Well, I will, since I asked everybody to express themselves on coal ash. The coal ash situation here in Jesup, of course, has, in my opinion, gotten totally out of hand. What was originally considered as a place out here to dispose of our garbage and so on has now fallen in the hands of big business. And as everybody knows, the lifeblood of any business is profit. They have to make a profit. And they're very intelligent, smart people running this corporation that owns this. So they're in their infinite wisdom and desire to make a profit. They figured out that they can move tens of thousands of tons of coal ash in our little town and make a bunch of money and nobody would say anything. Well, I think they found out that's not so. I believe coal ash is very bad for our community. I believe it will ultimately cause problems with health. It could also cause all kinds of other problems, recreational problems. If you bring coal ash in, no matter how they bring it in, there will be dust flying and so on. And coal ash, like asbestos, when it flies around in the air and you breathe it, it is very, very unhealthy. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I believe that to be true. And I think everybody that I know would really like to see the coal ash business just fold up and go away. And we can somehow support this county without the revenues we extract from coal ash. So the best thing for the coal ash proponents to do is to fold their tent, and we'll help them on their way out of town.
All right, words of Freeman Bacon there from the Liars Club. Any other words of wisdom this morning, members of the Liars Club?
One more thing.
Okay.
We want to tell you that your dad, Charlie, is also a lifetime member of the Liars Club. And his basic job function now down there is to keep Billy Clanton in reign. When Billy gets too wild, your dad is there to, slap his hand.
Well, you know they're best of friends.
I know they are.
That's vice versa.
Yeah, it is. It's vice versa.
What do you mean it's fine?
Charlie don't get out of line.
Mr. Charlie likes to do like James Brown there. He takes it and stirs it a little bit there.
Who, Charlie does? He gets down there and stirs it a little bit? My dad? Nah. He's not opinionating any type of way.
I can't miss saying, Don brought it up about the cakes. When we have a birthday, Don's lovely wife is so kind a lot of times to make us a nice cake, as well as Jean Lyons, his wife, when they're in town. And a lot of the others ladies contribute to the size of our belly, if you will, bringing us good sweets. But we also get a lot of cake from Debbie's Cakes over in Ludowici. She a ripe patch, really. She makes cakes for us, and most of the time I trot over there and get them and bring them back. And really, when we have a birthday, stop by. We'll share a good piece of cake with you. And if you hurry, you'll get to hear one good story. If you stay around longer, you'll get to hear more.
All right, folks. Liars Club at Jones Drug. Most of the time they're together. The big crowd is from 10 to 12. So, guys, thank you so much for coming in and sharing the stories of a club that I did not realize has been in town, or at least not as maybe as a club, but as a meeting there for guys gathering together since 1959. That's absolutely amazing.
Bob, we certainly thank you and Bob for the invitation to come out here and you making this forum available to us. And we thank you again.
All right. You guys have a wonderful day. I know y'all ready to get down there. All right, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, world famous Butcher Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford and Blackshear, by Jesup Premium Storage out here in the Waycross Highway, and also brought to you by Parker Insurance and Realty, located on Macon Street in downtown Jesup, across from the Heritage Bank. 8:38, your weather forecast coming up in a minute.
Hi, my name is Garrett Pye. I'm a physical therapist at Smart Physical Therapy. Physical therapy is a conservative approach to a healthy and pain-free living. Here at Smart, you are guaranteed one-on-one time every visit, every day. I, Garrett Pye, specialize